Heroic necessary war against the evil Iranian regime, the US must not undermine Ukraine. Music. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. The next few weeks will profoundly affect the future security of the US and the free world. The immediate question is whether the Israelis, with appropriate American support, will fully finish off Iran's nuclear program, including the elimination of the Mullah's ballistic missiles and missile launchers, as well as the regime's capacity to manufacture drones. Nothing less will do before the Israeli attacks. The Trump administration was making unsettling noises that it might agree to let Iran continue with a supposedly peaceful program of uranium enrichment, while the Ayatollah pretended to wind down its nuclear bomb efforts. Thankfully, that now looks to be out the window. The Mullahs are not businessmen out to cut a good financial deal. They want the blood of those they consider unbelievers, including the annihilation of Israel. Chatter about negotiations now should be just a distraction to the fundamental task at hand. That is obliterating Iran's nuclear efforts once and for all. Israel should also not be hindered in dealing decisively with Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, and other Iranian proxies. Xi Jinping and our own allies will be looking closely to see if the US has the backbone and strategic wisdom to credibly counter China and our other adversaries. This brings us to another crucial test. Ukraine. To many policymakers and onlookers seem oblivious to the strategic importance of the war raging. Though Washington has a history of profoundly misjudging the character of Vladimir Putin, he can be charming and seemingly sincerely interested in working with other leaders, especially American presidents, before he belatedly woke up to the true Putin. President George W. Bush declared, quote, "I looked the man in the eye. I found him to be very straightforward and trustworthy. I was able to get a sense of his soul." End quote. Bush's successors haven't been much better despite blunders and Russian casualties now approaching 1 million men. Putin believes he can win this war. He's convinced that his meat grinder offensives will wear down the Ukrainians and get more and more territory. These gains, Putin thinks, will lead Washington to taper off crucial weapons from the US and NATO. The US will effectively wash its hands of Ukraine. Such an abandonment would be a strategic catastrophe on the scale of the 1938 Munich Agreement, when Britain and France threw over Czechoslovakia to Adolf Hitler. President Trump's persistent wooing of Putin fans these concerns is remarking that the G7 should be the G8 with Russia brought back into this exclusive club, or even the G9 with China in as well, and is saying that Putin can play a role in generating a deal between Israel and Iran. Stirred deep anxieties. The correct course is clear: help Israel do what needs to be done with the